Hello, this is Algebra 1, Lesson 26, and this lesson covers more complicated equations. Alright, so our first example problem is 26.1. And it gives us 3x minus 4 equals 5x plus 7. So step 1, first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to get our x on the same side. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And I have to put the x underneath the x. I can't put it 3x, 7 minus 3x. I have to put it under the 5x. Okay, because you can only subtract x from x because they're like terms. 5 minus 3 would be 2x plus 7. Okay, next step. Eliminate the constant. The constant on the side with the x. Okay, and the constant is just the term that doesn't have an x in it. So we have two different constants in here. This negative 4 is a constant, and that 7 is a constant. Okay, because they don't have an x or a variable on there. So we got to get rid of it on the side with the x. So that means we have to get rid of this plus 7. So we do the opposite of that, which is minus 7. Okay, these are going to cancel out. And that would be negative 11 equals 2x. Then step 3. Solve for x. And really what that means is divide. Right, so this is 2 times x, so we got to do the opposite of that, divided by 2. And our answer is x equals negative 11 over 2. All right, let's try another one. It's 26.2. Says solve 3x minus 4 equals 5x plus 7. So our first step is get our x's on the same side. So I'm going to get rid of this 3x. Oh, that's the exact same solution. Okay. So what they're doing is they gave me the exact same one, and I'm going to subtract my x on the other side, right? So in that one, before I moved this 3x over to here, right? I'm going to do the opposite of that. I'm going to move the 5x over to that side. So minus 5x. We should come up with the same answer. It doesn't matter if you do it, which side you move it to. So that's going to be negative 2x minus 4 equals 7. Now our next step is get rid of the constant on this side. We want to get x by itself, so we're going to do plus 4. And we're going to get negative 2x equals 11. Now we're going to divide by negative 2. And we get x equals negative 11 over 2. So it's the exact same answer we had on the last one. If we look over here, negative 11 over 2, and this one's negative 11 over 2. So it doesn't matter which side you move it to. All right, another example. 26.3. That's a long one. Alright, so we've got 3x plus 2 minus x plus 4 equals negative 5 minus x minus 4. Okay, so on this one we have to do an extra step. First we have to add our like terms on either side of the equal sign. So there's a 3x and there's an x. And then on this side we've also got this 2 and this 4 that we can put together. And over here we can put together this 5 and this 4. Alright, so if I put together my 3x minus x, that means minus 1x. So 3 minus 1 would be 2x. And then 2 plus 4 would be positive 6. And then if I put this 5 and this 4 together, they're both negative. That'll be negative 9 minus x. Okay, now I've got everything, all my like terms combined on either side. Now I've got to move my x to the other side, so I'm going to do plus x. I got to get both my x's on the same side of the equation, so that makes 3x plus 6 equals negative 9. Now I'm trying to get x by itself, so I got to get rid of this plus 6. I'm going to do minus 6. And I'm going to get 3x equals negative 15. And my last step is divide by 3. X equals negative 5. Alright, so first you combine like terms on either side of the equal sign. Then you move your x to one side. Then you get rid of your plus and minus. Then you divide. Let's try another one. Okay, this one's got k plus 3 minus 4k plus 7 equals 2k minus 5. Okay, step 1, combine like terms on either side. So here I've got a k and another k. So that's going to be, this is positive, negative 4 and positive 1, so that'll be negative 3k. And then I've got this plus 3 and plus 7, so that would make plus 10. The other side didn't have any like terms. Okay, now I got to get my k's together. I'm going to do plus 3k for that, and plus 3k right there. Remember, it doesn't matter which side you move it to. 2 and 3 would be 5k minus 5. Alright, so now I have to do plus 5. I've got to get rid of my constant. And that would be 15 equals 5k. Last step is divide. Divide by 5, divide by 5. K equals 3. Okay. Got another example. (26.5) says solve negative 7n plus 3 plus 2n equals 4n minus 5 plus n. Okay, so first step is to combine like terms on either side. So here's an n, here's an n. On this side I've got an n and an n. Now remember, you can't cross sides. You have to stay on the same side of the equal sign when you're combining like terms. That's it for those. So if I put this negative 7 and positive 2, I owe $7. I pay back 2 of it. Now I owe 5. Okay, so I've put those in, and then I've still got this plus 3. Now I've got to combine this 4n plus 1 more n would make 5n minus 5. Okay, now I got to get my, n's on the same side, so I'm going to do plus 5n, do the opposite. Right. So now I've got 3 equals, 5 and 5 is 10, n minus 5. Now I have to eliminate the constant on the side with the n, so plus 5. That would be an 8 equals 10n. And my last step is divide by 10. So n is equal to 8 over 10, which reduces to 4 over 5. Alright, I think there's one more example. These are really easy if you can just remember the steps. Okay, this one has 2x minus 5 plus 7x equals 5 plus 3x plus 10. Alright, step 1 is combine like terms. So I'm going to look for my x's right there, and this plus 7x right there. I'm going to put those two together. So 7 plus 2 will be 9x. I don't have any other like terms, so I'm going to pull that down. Over here, I've got this 5 plus 10, which would be 15 plus 3x. Okay, now I got to get my x's on the same side, so I'm going to do minus 3x. 9 minus 3 would be 6x minus 5 equals 15. Now I got to get rid of my constant on the side with the x, so this is minus 5, so I'm going to do plus 5. And I get 6x equals 20. And now I have to divide by 6 for my last step. X equals 20 over 6, and that's going to reduce to 10 over 3. And I know that's an improper fraction, but that's the way they want you to leave it in the book. So just leave it like that. Alright, go ahead and work the practice problems, and then I'll come back and work them for you. So hopefully you pause the video to work these. Okay, so for A, I've got 3m minus 7m equals 8m minus 6. Okay, so this first part's pretty easy. I just have to put my like terms together, and those are both m's right there. So 3 minus 7. I have $3. I want to spend $7. I'm going to have to borrow 4. There were no like terms on the other side. Alright, now I have to get my m's together, so I'm going to do minus 8m. And I'm going to get 8 and 4 is 12. So negative 12m equals negative 6. Now I'm going to have to divide by negative 12. And these two, negative divided by negative, cancel each other out. So it becomes positive. So m equals 6 over 12, which will reduce to 3. No. Let's divide it by 3. So how many 3's are in 6? 2. How many 3's are in 12? No. That reduces to 1/2. 6 is half of 12. Easy peasy. Alright. So that should be A. Let me double check that in my answer key here. Yep, 1/2. Okay, B is 5 minus 6p equals 9p minus 7 plus 8p minus 3 plus 2p. Okay, first step is combine like terms. So on this side, I don't have any like terms, so I'm just going to bring it down. 5 minus 6p. Now on the other side, I'm going to put all my p's together. So I've got 9p, and I've got 8p, and I've got 2p. So if I add all those up, 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 9 is 19p. And then I've got a negative 7 and a negative 3. That would make negative 10. Alright, now I have to get my x's, my variables on the same side. They're not x's in this one, they're p's. I'm going to do plus 6p. I like to avoid having a negative variable. If I did minus 19, then I would end up with like negative 25, and I don't want that. Alright, 5 equals 25p. 19 and 6 is 25, yes. Minus 10. Now I have to get my constant off of this side. I got to undo this, so I want try to get p by itself. That's what I'm trying to get. So I'm going to do the opposite of minus 10, which is plus 10. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do the other side. So 15 equals 25p, and then my last step is divide by 25. Okay, and then I'm going to have to reduce that. So p equals 15 over 25, and no, they're both divisible by 5. So I've got 3 5s in 15 and 5 5s in 25. So the answer is 3 over 5. Alright, C is 2x plus 3x plus 4x minus 5 equals 2 plus 3 plus 4x. Okay, so I'm going to circle my like terms in another color here. Alright, so I've got an x right there, an x right there, an x right there. On this side there's only one x, but I do have a 2 and a 3 that need to be put together. Alright, so if I put these x's together, 2 plus 3 plus 4, 2 and 3 would be 5, 5 and 4 is 9x. Minus 5 equals, I just brought that nice dot down, 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 4x, right? So here's my minus 5, and there's my 4x. That's how those got there. They didn't have any like terms. All right, now I got to get my x's on the same side, so I'm going to do minus 4x. Those cancel, and I'm going to get 5x minus 5 equals 5. Now I have to get rid of this minus 5, so I'm going to do plus 5. And I get 5x equals 10. Now my last step is divide by 5. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. So x equals 2 on that one. We can box this answer so you guys can see it easier. Okay, and then the last one is 3p plus 7 minus negative 3 equals p plus negative 2. Okay, now we already learned that if you have a minus, a negative, that just means plus. So those cancel each other. So that's plus 3 and plus 7. Alright, so our like terms are going to be, there's no other piece on this side, just the 7 and that 3. Alright, so we're just going to bring this 3p down. And if we put the 7 and the 3 together, we're going to get positive 10. Okay, and then plus a negative just means minus 2. Okay, so you just get rid of that plus right there. Alright, now I've got to get my p's on the same side, so I'm going to do minus 1p. So I've got 3 p's minus a p. I'm going to get 2 p's left. Plus 10 equals negative 12. Now I got to get rid of that negative 10, so positive 10, so I'm going to do negative 10. And I get 2p equals negative 22. Divide by 2. Something's wrong. Hang on, what did I do? Let's start over. Sometimes you have to start over. And remember, the answers to these practice problems are in the back of the book, so if you get them wrong, always go back there and try again. Let me make sure I wrote it down right. 3p plus 7 minus negative 3, and those change to positive 3, equals p plus negative 2. Okay, so I've got 3p, and that would be plus 10, equals p minus 2. Alright, and then if I subtract that, I'm going to have 2p plus 10 equals negative 2, because these canceled. Oh, I see what I did. I had a 12 there instead of a 2 for some reason. Alright, and then I'm going to do minus 10. And that means 2p equals negative 12. Then we divide by 2. And 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So p equals negative 6. There's that one. Alright, that's it for lesson 26. Thanks for watching.